While the mainstream media is obsessing over the political theater of the election cycle, a far more dangerous event just occurred that will directly impact your bank account, your retirement, and the price of your groceries next week. Right now, as you watch this video, the most powerful financial institutions on Earth are staging a silent, coordinated revolt against the US dollar. They aren't just selling, they are actively swapping their US Treasury bonds for physical gold at a rate we haven't seen in modern history. But why now? And what do they know about the next 30 days that you don't? Stick with me, because if you own dollars, you are the target. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's happening on the official balance sheets of central banks from Beijing to London. It's called the Gold Flippening, and it just hit a critical threshold this month. We are witnessing the death of trust in American debt, and it's backed the Federal Reserve into the most terrifying corner in its 113-year existence. I'm going to show you the exact data that proves the Fed is currently trapped between two equally devastating choices. And later, I'll reveal what smart money is doing to protect itself before the trap snaps shut. Let's break down why this March is different. The Fed is officially facing its worst-case scenario. For 2 years, they told you inflation was under control. They lied. As we look at the data for March 2026, the cost of energy, gas, electricity, heating, has spiked again due to the unresolvable conflicts in the Middle East and new global trade tariffs. But here's the problem. At the exact same time, American unemployment numbers are starting to tick up, and consumer spending is cratering. This is the absolute nightmare scenario for central bankers. If they raise interest rates to fight the new inflation wave, they intentionally crush the job market and cause a massive recession. If they lower rates to save jobs, inflation explodes out of control, making your paycheck worthless. There is no third option. They are stuck, and they know it. But the Fed's domestic nightmare is only half the story. The truly terrifying part is how this domestic weakness has signaled a global green light for America's adversaries. Remember how I mentioned the gold flippening? In a moment, I will show you why China and Russia aren't just preparing for this shift. They are actively engineering it to make sure the US dollar never recovers. But first, you need to understand exactly how the Fed's desperation is being weaponized against you. We are witnessing a global lack of confidence. Central banks used to hold US Treasuries as their safest asset. Now, they see that the US national debt is spiraling toward $38 trillion, and they realize the only way the US government can ever pay it back is by printing more dollars and inflating away the value of the debt they hold. Essentially, they are holding a bag that is rapidly leaking. So, they are dumping that debt and buying the one asset that no government can print: gold. The silent bank run is the realization that the US dollar is no longer backed by the full faith and credit of the United States, but by an unpayable mountain of debt. And when trust vanishes, the currency collapses. While you were sleeping, the rules of the global financial system changed. The world is moving on, and it's leaving the dollar behind. So, back to the Fed's trap. Which path will they choose? When forced to decide between a catastrophic economic depression and hyperinflation, central banks always choose inflation. They will choose to bail out the system, print more money, and lower interest rates again, even if it means sacrificing your purchasing power. This is the engineered shift I was telling you about. This is how your wealth is systematically transferred from your savings account to pay for the government's mistakes. The silent shift is complete. They have abandoned the dollar, and they expect you to bear the cost. The financial world you knew yesterday is gone. Central banks have already made their move to protect themselves. Have you? Let me know in the comments below if you're currently holding cash, moving into physical assets like gold, or exploring alternatives like Bitcoin to shield yourself from what's coming. In the next video, I'll detail the precise steps the US government is preparing to take to prevent you from moving your money out of the dollar system. You need to see this before it's too late. If you want to understand the forces reshaping our world before they reshape your life, subscribe to Global System Shift. I'm seeing the future of power, and I'm telling you now, everything is about to change.